So, shall we start now? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so today we're going to look at the non-parametric methods. Okay, method sebenarnya satu je kita tengok, that is by using chi-square. Okay, with the linear objective, we want to look at the chi-square distribution and list and explain its characteristic. And then we're going to compute a goodness of GOF test for unequal expected frequency. And then we want to conduct a test of hypothesis to verify data whether they are grouped into a frequency distribution of normal distribution. Okay, sebenarnya mungkin kita tengok tiga ni je lah. A goodness fit of test and then conduct a test hypothesis. Okay? Okay, jadi apa yang dimaksudkan dengan goodness of fit test, which is today we're going to look at the chi-square. Chi-square ni chi. Okay, saya tak apa sihat lagi ni sebenarnya. Okay, kita tengok chi is one of the Greek letter. Okay, so this is chi. Okay, nampak ni? Okay, nampak tak?
Nampak doktor.
Okay, nampak, okay. This is the capital chi and then this is the small chi. Okay, small chi. Jadi dia macam straight and then herot sikit. Nampak ni? Okay, so we're going to use this notation. Okay, boleh cuba tak tulis ni? Okay, saya cuba tulis sekejap Okay, cara tulisnya adalah straight and then like that. Bawah hurufnya. Okay, semula. Macam mana tadi? Oh, sorry. Macam ni and then like that. Okay, that's my chi. Okay, with style. Okay, so that's how you write the the chi Greek letter. Okay, and ini adalah chi-square, jadi kita akan guna simbol chi. Oh, saya suka macam ni, sorry this is the way I do it. Okay, chi-square, is it? No. Macam tak apa pandai ni. Okay, usually what I do is like that. Macam tu. Okay, chi-square. Alright? Is it like this? Okay, whichever lah ya. Korang rasa selesa. Okay, so for chi-square, let's start with an example here to have a view on what is a chi-square. Okay, for many years, TV Azad used guideline that 30% of audience were watching each of the traditional big three primetime networks. Okay, so they have three primetime networks. So they say that about 30% of audience were watching that. And then another 10% were watching cable stations on weekday night. Okay, now they took a sample of 500 viewers and then they found that 165 tuned to ABC, 140 to CBS, 125 to NBC, and the remainder were viewing a cable station. Okay, at 0.05 significance level, can we conclude that the guideline is still reasonable? Okay, so dia nak tengok sama ada is it still 30% and 10%. Okay, jadi this is to confirm our belief. Okay, let's have a look at another example here. Okay, Bubba's Fish and Pasta. This is a chain restaurants located along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Jadi bila example antarabangsa kita pun macam susah sikit nak faham. Tapi tak apalah, kita cuba imagine Okay, very similar to what we have in like let's say apa dia tempat yang awak selalu makan tu, Manhattan Fish Market. Alright, okay. So they have chicken, fish, meat and pasta. Alright. So they say that the owner is considering adding steak to its menu. Before doing so, he decides to hire someone or this company to conduct a survey of adults to look at what are their favorite meal when eating out. Okay, sorry. Ini adalah survey dia orang, bukan apa yang dia orang letak dalam menu. Okay, silap tadi. Okay, now they selected a sample of 120 adults and asked each to indicate their favorite meal when dining out. And the results are as reported. Okay, jadi nampak tak? Ayam, ikan, daging, pasta. Okay, jadi kalau kita ni makcik kat kampung, okay, kita tak belajar statistik, okay, awak tengok result ni, okay, apa awak boleh conclude? Okay, anyone? Ash lah. Ash adalah pemenang soalan yang paling banyak menjawab soalan semester ini.
Daging paling ramai orang makan.
Okay, so awak akan terus cakap sebab kita makcik kat kampung kan, kita cuma nampak tu je. Okay, 35 yang paling tinggi makan daging. Okay, however, we must remember that we select 120 adults dan cara nak select pun tak tahu sama ada cara ambil random sample ke tidak ke, we just assume. Kita ambil je mana-mana orang ni 120 and then we put it this way, mungkin terkena dekat orang yang memang tak suka makan daging kebanyakannya. Okay, so actually bila kita ambil sampel macam ni, okay, we don't know whether macam kita kena pastikanlah sama ada, okay, is it reasonable? So this is the question. Is it reasonable to conclude there is no preference among the 4 entries? Okay, jadi cara yang kita nak buat sekarang adalah this is where the non-parametric chi-square test comes in. Okay, so apa yang kita boleh buat adalah, okay, this is how we do it. Okay, this is our observed data, right? 32, 24, 35, 29. Okay, jadi memang kita tak ada kerja hari ni, kita buat benda ni. Okay, bila kita ada observed value, now we want to see the expected frequency. Okay, expected frequency ni mudah je. Kita anggaplah keempat-empat, okay, these 4 meals have equal number of people liking the meal. Okay, so 120 bagi 4 dapatlah 30, 30, 30, 30. Alright, so observe and expected. Okay, and we state the null hypothesis as usual. Nampak? Okay, jadi bila kita nak buat test, step 1 hingga 6 tu akan berlaku. Okay, so this is what you do, state the null hypothesis. Okay, there is no difference in proportion and then there is a difference. Okay, no difference as H0 and then a difference for H1. Okay, nampak ni? No difference and then there is a difference. Okay, we select at 0.05 and then the test statistic is by chi-square. Jadi ini yang dipanggil sebagai chi-square test. Okay, jadi tulis molek-molek ya. Chi-square. Okay, jadi apa maksud ni? Okay, ada siapa-siapa boleh teka? Ash lagi.
F observed tolak dengan expected.
Bijak mu Ash. Mu tak payah ambil exam lah. Mu dapat A dah.
Lambat lagi dah saya.
Katalah insyaAllah. Okay, jadi ini adalah mudah je ni. Frequency observed tolak dengan frequency expected. Jadi sebenarnya apa yang awak perlu buat adalah FO tolak FE and then awak bahagikan dengan FO ke FE? Sorry, FE and then sorry awak kuasa duakan dulu, okay? Kuasa duakan dulu ni sebab kita nak positifkan apa-apa yang negatif and then we divide by expected outcomes and then awak akan sum up. Okay, nampak ni? This is summation of. Okay. Now, after you have calculated what is the chi-square value, next we formulate decision rule whereby we're going to have a look at the chi-square table. Okay? Jadi chi-square table, awak akan reject ataupun do not reject depends on the value that you have in your test. Okay, so the critical value is found at 7.815. Macam mana dia dapat 7.185? 7.815 because kenapa degree of freedom is 3? Okay, sebab kita ada 4 kategori meals kan tadi kan? 4 tolak 1 adalah 3. Okay, so you got it as 7.815 at 0.05 significance level. Okay, next. Okay, how to compute this? Nampak? F of the frequency of the observed value, frequency of the expected value 32 tolak 30, 24 tolak 30 negatif 6. Awak kuasa duakan and then awak bahagikan dengan FE 4 bahagi 30, 36 bahagi 30, 25 bahagi 30. Okay, tak ada kerja kan? Okay, so you sum up everything, nampak 2.20. Okay, you sum up everything, jumlahkan semua sekali. So 2.20 is not in the rejection region. Therefore, do not reject the null hypothesis. Nampak The computed value is not in the rejection region because it is less than 7.815. Kita tengok balik. Okay, nampak ni. This is critical value, so 2.20 lies in the non-critical region. Therefore, we should not reject H0. Apa maksud should not reject H0? Nana. Okay, this is the H0. You don't reject this means there is no difference in proportion of adults selecting each entree. Okay, jadi sebenarnya tadi kita sebagai makcik kampung kita kata ramai yang suka meat ataupun ada yang cakap ramai yang suka meat dan chicken. Okay, based on this 120 sample. However, lepas kita dah buat test sebenarnya there is no difference. Okay, so based on our chi-square test. Okay. Jadi sebenarnya chi-square test ni adalah salah satu soalan yang akan ditanya lah dalam peperiksaan akhir and it is very simple but carry a lot of marks. Okay, why? Because students selalu lupa nak tulis step 1. I mean, biasanya bila kita suruh cari chi-square, dia terus je buat table ni. Table mana? Table ni dan terus reject. Ataupun do not reject lah. Okay, however, you must remember before this table comes the H0, H1, okay, you must state the hypothesis and then you must test, you must calculate the chi-square. Okay, and then baru buat jadual ni, lepas tu awak decide okay, whether the computed chi-square value is in the rejection region or not. Okay, boleh tu. Kadang-kadang markah tu sampai 20 markah. Kalau awak buat yang ni saja dan mengharapkan 20 markah, maka akan kecewa lah harapan awak. Alright, can you remember that? Okay. Hari ni suara saya sangat halus kerana saya sakit tekak. Okay, next, if you look at the self-review question here, Human Resource Director is concerned about Ada orang nak masuk ke? Tak ada kan? Okay, Human Resource Director at this company, Georgetown Paper Inc., is concerned about absenteeism among hourly workers, and she decides to sample the company records to determine whether absenteeism is distributed evenly throughout the 6-day work week. Okay, jadi 6 hari seminggu bekerja. Okay, so they want to see whether it is evenly distributed or not evenly distributed. And these are the results. Okay, nampak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jadi nampak tak? What are the numbers called? This is observed frequency. How many categories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the expected frequency? Expected frequency berapa? Ash. Berapa? Okay, boleh siapa-siapa yang lain jawab dekat chat? 10.
10 Doktor.
Okay, how do you get kan?
Semua tu tambah bagi dengan
Very well done. Okay, well done. Okay, sebab semua sekali ada berapa ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 kan? Campur semua ni. Okay, you have 60 in your sample, so you divide by 6. So the expected frequency is 10. How many degrees of freedom? Jawab. Jawab.
5.
Okay, 5. Why? 6 minus 1. Okay, what is the chi-square critical value? Okay, kalau nak tahu awak kena pergi belakang sekali sekejap. Pergi belakang ni, awak carilah chi-square. Ini chi-square table. Okay, awak cari chi-square table. It is in the front. Okay, this is not it. Okay. Okay, bear with me. Okay, this is the one. So in the appendix, this is student's T, this is normal. Okay, mana dia? Okay.
Dia macam F lah Doktor. Yang guna yang F punya kan macam tak?
Lebih kurang lah. Tapi sebenarnya chi-square ni dia ada banyak ni lah. Okay, macam ni in your exam, awak boleh guna website untuk cari chi-square. Chi-square calculator. Okay, jadi nanti awak cari chi-square calculator yang awak suka lah. And then, alamak, kalau calculator ni siap boleh calculate untuk awak. Betul tak? You see? Okay. This is even worse. Jadi, you have a lot of advantages by doing exam online. Alright? But however, more importantly is that you know what to decide after you have you have calculated everything. Misal saya tunjuk calculator kan, tapi mesti awak dapat jumpa juga sebab awak kan budak pandai. Okay, now the chi-square critical value nanti awak cari, okay? And then compute the x squared test statistic. So you need to do the calculation as shown in the table earlier. And then what is the decision regarding null hypothesis, okay, based on whether you reject or do not reject. And then what does this indicate to the human resources director? Jadi sebenarnya dua perkara ni lah yang akan menyebabkan markah awak sama ataupun tidak dengan kawan-kawan awak. Okay, some people dia macam, you know, like last semester I realized that a lot of students actually copied each other. Okay, jadi it is very obvious because when it comes to decision and also you know, the conclusion at the end here, okay, mesti setiap orang dia akan ada cara dia sendiri untuk letak conclusion ni. So kalau awak nak meniru ke apa pun, make sure yang last part ni jangan tiru lah, because it will be very obvious. Okay, nak meniru, I mean nak menipu pun macam kenalah cerdik sikit kan. Okay. Okay, now if you look at the question here, this is what chi-square can help you. That is to give a rough idea on whether, okay, in this case, whether absenteeism is evenly distributed. Sebenarnya kita nak tengok sama ada setiap group tu mempunyai jumlah yang sama ataupun tidak. Okay, equally distributed or not. Okay, now kalau awak tengok soalan self-review ni, ini adalah jenis soalan mungkin diploma level lah. Okay, ataupun jenis soalan yang cognitive value dia agak rendah sebab dia guide dia guide awak satu. Even dekat atas ni pun dia dah bagi H0. Okay, untuk degree level biasanya dia tanya ini, dia bagi data and then dia pun suruh awak decide. Okay, that is called the analysis type of data, in which you have the data and then you have you know, the problem, and then you have to decide on what to do with the data. So in this case, you know that it's going to be a chi-square test, so awak buatlah sampai all the steps throughout and then decide at the end. Okay? Okay, ada apa-apa soalan tak? Sebab it's going to be a very short meeting, since this topic is the last topic and very easy topic for me and my students. Okay. Ada apa?
Dia ni dia guna table yang lain lah, bukan guna F.
Apa dia semula?
Dia guna table yang lain ke untuk yang kira apa nak cari yang
Tidak.
critical value.
Dia guna chi-square. Nanti saya tunjuk chi-square square. Okay, chi-square table distribution. Kenapa tak keluar? Okay, chi je lah. Ada banyak dah sangat kan. Chi-square. Okay, this is the one. Chi-square. Tak ada chi-square table. This is very weird. Okay, sekejap lagi lah saya cari kat awak dan saya bagi tahu dekat group. Okay. 6, 8, 4. Okay, ada apa-apa soalan selain daripada table chi-square ni? Okay, this is chi-square distribution. It is quite similar to F, right? Okay, chi-square. Okay, sebelum awak pergi, saya nak suruh awak tengok juga. Okay, sorry. Ada satu lagi di mana yang ni kita buat sendiri sekejap ya. Okay, dia ada dua side. Okay. Okay, dia ada okay, nanti kita tengok. Okay, tak apalah. Okay, kita buat ni sebagai exercise Okay. Jadi ada apa-apa soalan tak? Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, kita balik kepada WhatsApp and then saya akan bagi soalan untuk awak buat dan kita check sama ada soalan jawapan tu betul ataupun tidak. Okay? Okay, thank you very much.
Doktor.
Ya.
Boleh tak saya tanya pasal group project?
Iaitu?
Okay, doktor, sebenarnya saya ada jumpa data daripada MPOB, jadi saya nak guna data tu lah. Tapi satu link je lah dia guna.
Satu?
Lepas satu link je lah. Tapi ada banyak jenis untuk data kat sana.
Semula, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Tapi dia ada banyak jenis data untuk guna yang group project punya tu. Contoh
So,
macam export, production, lepas tu dia ikut bulan Doktor.
okay.
Kalau saya nak guna sebagai group project tu boleh ke Doktor?
Boleh, cuma jangan macam don't overdo lah. Macam sometimes we got real huge data and kita tak tahu nak buat apa. Okay, okay, saya bagi awak contoh lah okay, bagi awak contoh. Okay. Let's have a look at multiple linear regression. Sekejap linear regression. Sekejap okay, this is the one. Okay, let's say you have okay. If you look at the question here, okay, yang ni dia ada berapa data dia? Oh, this is 20 teacher, right? Okay, this is like apa orang panggil okay, in order for him, this guy, to develop some sort of multiple linear regression, okay, to develop a model. Okay, cuba tengok apa dia ni. He believes there are 3 factors that affect a teacher's salary: years of experience, variety of teacher's effectiveness, and whether the teacher has a master degree. Nampak tak ni? Okay, jadi saya tengok kebanyakan pelajar yang tanya saya soalan tu, dia main letak je apa dia X, apa dia Y, okay, without even thinking. Okay, so sebenarnya ini yang paling penting. Okay, you set some sort of what do you call that? Macam kita ada prediction kita. Okay, kita anggaran, ada anggaran awal. Okay, you say that salary depends on this and this and this. Okay. Jadi contohnya Ash nak tengok pasal apa?
MPOB.
Yelah, MPOB awak nak tengok apa? Saya tahu data tu dari MPOB.
Data kelapa sawit.
Ya, saya tahu. Data tentang apa? Tentang harga kelapa sawit ke apa?
Harga kelapa sawit.
Harga kelapa sawit. Okey, harga kelapa sawit. So, harga bergantung kepada apa?
Production, export, apa ni, stok akhir lagi.
Stok akhir. Okay. Okay. So, go for it. Sebab awak pun dah ada dalam kepala awak kan? Harga bergantung pada this and this and this. But now, you want to see whether your belief is true and how much, by how much. Ini 1.2 ke, 3.4 ke, betul Ash?
Betul.
Okay, so that's fine lah. Cuma sometimes awak try lah buat campur this, campur that, terlalu banyak. Jadi bila terlalu banyak, kadang-kadang akan ada yang overlap. Yang tu dia panggil multi-collinearity. Okay? So probably stick to 3. Kalau macam R squared dia terlalu rendah, try cari another factor dan sebagainya. Kalau terlalu tinggi, check on multi-collinearity. Okay? Boleh Ash?
Boleh tak?
Ada yang lain-lain juga. Sebab kadang-kadang kita cari data, lepas tu macam data tu menarik, tapi kita lupa yang kita buat multiple linear regression. So, for multiple linear regression, you should have in mind what is Y, what is X1, what is X2, and so on. Okay? Okey,
Doktor,
ah,
yang maksud doktor kena perlu lebih 50 data tu, salah satu tu macam mana maksud doktor tu? Yang tu.
maksud saya adalah saya nak awak data yang besar lah sikit kan. Kalau macam data 20 ni mungkin awak simply can handle it seorang-seorang. Tapi kalau data 50 tu mungkin 50 ke atas tu mungkin you know you're going to work a little bit lah kan. Okay. So maksudnya adalah data tu okey contohnya ini adalah data 20 guru kan. Betul Ash?
Doktor. Betul.
Okay. Jadi kita nak 100 orang guru ke, 2,000 orang guru ke? Boleh? Boleh faham tak? Ash?
Maksud doktor data 20.
Masuk data 20? Ya.
Bukan campur semua ni jadi 20 data.
Itulah saya perasan you all semua kan orang account kan. Jadi bila saya sebut 20 data awak ingat 5 macam tu. Betul Ash?
Betul doktor.
Itu apa pula macam tu. Yang ni adalah 20 data kan. Dari atas ke bawah lah. Awak ambil data tentang 20 orang guru. Ni data yang pertama, kedua, ketiga, 3 orang, 4 orang, 5 orang, 6 orang. Sampailah ini 18. Yang ni data 19. Yang ni data ke 20. Jadi kita nak data yang banyak lah. Kalau 20 ni macam kecil lah kan. This is small. Right? So you only take a sample of 20 teachers. Okay? Okay, saya perasan tu awak tanya ramai. Actually, a lot of you confused about apa yang dimaksudkan dengan big data. Okay, big data means you have a lot of sample with you. Okay? For example, katakanlah kita ada data tentang mungkin awak nak kaji apa awak nak kaji tentang account account syarikat kan. Jadi awak ada 100 syarikat. Okay. So you're going to have 1 to 3 sampai 100 data. Apa dia? Bismillah.
Doktor nak tanya, kalau dua-dua data tu sample size dia lebih daripada 50 tak apa ke?
Oh tak apa.
Boleh.
Bagus. Bagus. Tak apa.
Okay doktor.
Right. The reason I did that because last time when I give a group project macam ni, apa yang berlaku adalah student cuma ambil data dari buku. I don't mind if you take data from the book, but dia ambil yang mudah je lah kan. Kalau saya pun saya jadi cerdik macam tu. Ambil je lah data yang 10 orang, 20 orang. Gembira je buat dapat full mark. Okay. But now I like you to have the hang on big data supaya nanti bila awak in real life biasanya kadang-kadang kita akan jumpa data-data yang besar jadi you know cara kita handle tu lebih kurang je but of course in big data usually you're gonna get a number of things called outliers. Jadi mungkin awak akan jumpa benda-benda tu yang akan menyebabkan awak you know you learn so much more lah. Okay? Okay, ada apa-apa lagi soalan?
Yang maksud doktor yang salah satu data kena 50 dan salah satu data tu maksudnya sesuai tapi nak kata kurang 50 pun boleh juga tu macam mana maksud doktor?
Macam mana sebenarnya?
Yang salah satu data tu doktor kata kena lebih daripada 50. Satu lagi data doktor cakap anggaran dia boleh sama dengan lebih 50. Satu
data lagi ikut suka kau nak buat apa. Boleh tak? Boleh macam tu Ash? Boleh Ash?
Boleh tak tu?
Okay, kan senang cakap macam tu kan. Okay. Satu data tu untuk suka kau lah apa-apa. Tapi satu lagi kena besar. Alright.
Doktor, kalau yang saja pun satu data tu satu je, macam mana doktor?
Apa,
Tak apa.
satu je apa? Satu je apa?
Saya ajak nak ambil daripada data MPOB tu sajalah sebab dia dah ada macam dah lengkap dah.
Suka awak lah. Ambil je Nana kata. Okey lah, kita start dulu nanti Ash kalau apa-apa awak call je saya. Sebab Ash banyak soalan ni. Biasalah ketua kelas semua macam tu. Okey. Sekejap lagi kita akan buat sekurang-kurangnya 2 soalan dekat WhatsApp and then kita discuss lah. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye all. Alright.
Thank you doktor.